so let's talk more about the book. I've read both Warmth of Other Suns and Cast. And
Mhm.
Warmth of Other Suns, I could see immediately how that could be a movie. But when it came to Cast, it was, the idea that that would be a movie, given the thick subject matter, was a little hard for me to wrap my head around until I saw how Ava DuVernay did it. And she did it by making Isabel Wilkerson the focal point of the story. There is no real antagonist unless you look at um, Cast and her journey. But talk to me about what it was like for you to be in a movie that is about a book where in the book the author is not the central character, but in the movie the author is the central character, and the journey to what became Cast is what the movie is about.
Well, that's a mark of the visionary work of Ava DuVernay. In her research of with Ms. Wilkerson and talking to her, interviewing her, which also lasted several years, a few years, she found out or discovered really that Ms. Wilkerson herself is a compelling character. I mean, we know that, but what she didn't know was what was happening in her personal life leading up to her writing this book. And what was happening, or what had happened, was that she was experiencing incredible loss, um, unbelievable loss, losing three people in a very three of the most important people in her life in a very short amount of time. And then she writes this book, right? That shifted how we think about race in this country, how we think
Mhm.
about social divisions in this country. She went through that and then wrote this book. Most of us would just be felled by that and we wouldn't get up ever again. I know
Right.
when I lost the love of my life, I was silly for years and I'm still going through it. Anyway, so Ava found our hero in Miss Wilkerson. And I had to embrace that idea. And I just think of her as an Indiana Jones,
Hmm.
going around the world on this intellectual and journalistic quest. And the boulder that's behind her is this, mammoth grief that she's suffering from, and yet she keeps going because her quest is nothing short of saving us, saving humanity.